Hello, everyone. Come on in this building. I hope you are doing well. Um, mm, wow, okay. Peace and love, everyone. My name is TiaraSharde. I am a prophetic oracle, ordained minister, certified master life coach, best-selling author, and founder of Embodying the Goddess. We are a temple and mystery school in service to the goddess. We are awakening our priestesses, our healers, our shamans, our prophetesses, our seers. It is time for us to walk in our truth and heal ourselves so that we can help others heal. Okay, that is what we do. Make sure you click on the links in the description box to get into contact with me, TiaraSharde.com, if you'd like to join our services and our workshops, and EmbodyingTheGoddess.com if you would like to join our temple and take advantage of the offerings that we have there. Hey, Greg, how are you? It's good to see you. So that's how you could get into contact with me. So many of you know I have not been on in a while, and I'll tell you why that is, okay? Um, I have just been living life. I've been traveling, I've been taking care of myself, I've been shifting quite a bit. Mother's Day was very intense for me this year. It normally is, especially since the passing of my mom several years ago. It's still not, it's not something that you get over. You never get over it. And just dealing with her transition, which led me to my father's transition, and it was just a bunch of emotions and things going on. Also, feeling into the new season that I'm in, so many different changes, both good and both kind of, interesting. Thank you so much, Greg. It's good to see you too. Um, just a bunch of shifts that we need to navigate, and sometimes we need to hold on to our own energy as we navigate those things. So, I've been posting, I've been present, I've been sending newsletters as much as I can, but just going live wasn't really the best thing for me. And then also, there has been construction in the area. So then going live sometimes in the daytime can be kind of tricky. So, it's just a bunch of things on top of one. And it is good to be back, though. It feels really, really good to be back here on YouTube and talking with you all. I hope you all have been taking the time to love up on yourself and treat you right. Hey, BB, how you doing? It's good to see you, love. I hope you all have been pouring love into yourself. You all deserve it. You deserve peace. You deserve good food, clean water, good sleep, good sex, if that's what you want. Tapping into your spiritual path, your purpose. I hope that that has all been good for you. So, I have a message today. All right. And I asked the divine when I should share this message. And yesterday it actually came in. And it came in as confirmation of some things that I was feeling. And my guides were like, nope, tell him tomorrow. I was like, tell them tomorrow. Like, okay. Well, today is tomorrow. Tonight is tomorrow. And I'm here to share this download. Okay. Now, y'all know I have these nudges, I get these impressions, these knowings, I can see the patterns, and there's some prophetic things that are going on right now, okay? You know, Getting over a breakup. Oh, I send you love, darling. I know how that is. I know how that is. Sending you love at this time. Ease and grace, as you move through that post breakup season. So this is a very interesting message because it does pertain to a particular person in a particular group of people. What's interesting about this message is that the outcome is it's startling. It's very startling. Like it was shocking to me, okay? Not because I didn't expect it to be so, but to see it so vividly. So what I'm getting, you all, is remember the past messages where I was saying someone out there, you are walking in your path, you have been given profound spiritual gifts. You have been navigating your purpose path to the best of your ability. You keep getting up, you keep trying, keep moving forward. You have been shining your light, and you have someone, or in this instance, a group of people who have a real big problem with you shining your light and saying the things that you were saying. So, or are saying, or were saying, or whatever. They have a problem with how you're conducting yourself. How dare you walk in alignment with the path that the divine has chosen for you? How dare you be an integral and honest person? How dare you keep getting up and trying every single time we knock you down, or we slander your name, or we try to undermine you? How could you keep moving forward? So somebody out there is really offended by you being so resilient. So this is a dream I had, y'all. And this is definitely a prophetic dream. Okay, it is crazy how this dream came in. All right. But let me try to share this with you as best I can. Okay, so I'm going to have my eyes closed. I'm not going to really look at the comments right now because I want to make sure that I relay this properly. All right. So someone out there, you're very firm in yourself. And I was picking up that you have gone through so much, so many trials and tribulations, so many highs and lows, that you have just grown to understand yourself and know who you are and why you're here. And you keep receiving more information to confirm that for you. You may not have all of the answers, but you have just enough to be poised within yourself, to be sure of yourself. And you have a group of people who have, or they want to get into your space. They want to get in some sort of community with you. Now, this environment could pertain to your job, your work, right? Maybe you have colleagues. This can pertain to a friendship group that you're in or that you're going to walk into. This could pertain to some sort of community. I was really picking up on the energy that you have mastered a certain thing. You have mastered an intellect or a course of study. There's something that you're good at, and that you do this in public, or you're going to do this in public, which means that you can have a network of people somewhere. People see you perform, people see you engage or teach or share in a certain way. This could be, the company board meeting. Somebody sees your light. They are wanting to get around you, them and their flunkies, because this was several people. There were at least, excuse me, you hear my voice? Wow. There were at least 4 or 5 people present. And they're going to want to get around you to kind of see how you move, see how you operate, So somebody wants to listen to you. Somebody wants to see how you're dressed. What are your mannerisms? How do you relay information? How do you do what you do? What is the secret sauce that makes you so highly sought after or so highly protected? That was another thing I was getting. Whoever you are, you're very much so protected in the spiritual realm. They adore you. They walk with you, right? And so these people, after witnessing you do what you do, they want to really get beside you even closer. So they're gonna invite you somewhere, or they have invited you somewhere. And in this new environment, I really feel like you were in your element wherever you were. This could have been your office, or this could have been your company, or your classroom, or your stage performance, something like that. They want to invite you somewhere else. And now there is this person in the dream. She was a woman. These were all women, actually, up until one point, and I'll get to that later. But there was a leader of that group. Now, this leader really pretended that she was for you, whoever you are. She likes you, like, oh my gosh, you're great, you're this, you're that. And when you get into her home or to her neck of the woods, things slowly start to shift. Now, one of the things I did notice was the main character of the dream was dressed very well, like very well. When you were in your element, you were surrounded by a certain level of opulence, or a certain level of definitely cleanliness. Like, the dwelling was clean, your clothes were clean, and they were nice, they were of high quality. It doesn't mean that you spent a lot of money on it. It could just mean that they were quality. The colors went well together. You looked good, you smelled good, you presented well. You just had a certain energy about you that was noticeably different. And especially when you got into the dwelling of this other person. This other person, although she was put together and the other women with her were put together, there was a noticeably difference in class. Okay, let's say that. You can tell, like, you could feel it, you can sense it. There was a difference in class. Whoever you are, you also stood very tall. You were energetically tall. You were bigger in energy. And maybe not necessarily your physical body, right? You may not be as tall as them in real life, but in this dream, I can feel the energy. You were big. Energetically big and smart and wise and composed. You were so very poised. Okay, and that's gonna stick out. All right, so while this person is going through what they do and what they have to offer, you're just talking to this person and you're like, okay, well, that's very cool. And they're asking you questions like, oh, do you do it this way? And you're like, oh no, I kind of do it this way. I really like what you did, but this is usually how I do it. And I think it's great that you do it that way. You were very much so calm and cordial. No, there was no ounce of anything in your body. Like, there was no ounce of shade. There was no ounce of thinking that you're better than anybody. None of that energy was present. None of it within whoever you are. It was just non-existent. But as the scene progressed, the energy shifted with the people who were there. Someone came in, this is the first man that came in, right? Someone came in, they touched your hair. They looked at something that you possessed. You were wearing something on your head or in your hair. So you can have, maybe you have pretty extensions or pretty braids, or maybe you have jewels in your hair. Maybe you had a pretty headband on. Spiritually, you could have been wearing a crown. But there was something that this person came up and they looked at you and they turned their head to the side like, oh, something that, this guy was like, they hadn't seen before. They were kind of just like, oh my gosh, what's this? And they walked away And when you looked at the other women in that were surrounding you, that were talking to you, they were looking at you like, like, okay, so, you know what I mean? Like slightly petty, slightly catty. Like, okay, so this guy just walked up to you and they said something to the effects like, oh yeah, he thinks that's weird. He's never seen that before. But it was the use of the word weird, like to try to kind of downplay someone else's interest in you and who you are. And so then the scene moved over to the couch and there was this big sectional, and the main woman who I really felt was in charge of this coven or in charge of this group of women, she sat in like a cushioned chair. You know how it's like a couch, but it's a single chair and it's kind of big. It kind of looks like a throne a little bit. And the other women sat in a sectional. And you're standing there and you're chatting with them. And that's when things really shifted. Okay. Because in the dream, excuse me, all of the women are looking at you, whoever you are, man or woman, right? They're all looking at you and they're asking you questions about what you do. And they're saying things like, oh no, I noticed you did it this way, but no, we're not doing it that way anymore. And I heard your conversation, I heard your speech about this, and you got up there and you told everybody this, but we're not doing it like that anymore. And then as as they're talking, honestly, y'all, whoever you are, you had no animosity, you had no anger, you didn't get defensive, you didn't like, there was just nothing. There was just nothing but I'm listening to what you're saying and I hear your perspective and I'm still who I am and I'm still firm in who I am and I'm not swayed at all. Like there was still that very sureness within somebody. Okay. And then the main woman was there and she was saying something. And right now I cannot recall exactly what she said. But it was as if she asked you a question such as, okay, so will you stop talking? Or will you stop showing up the way that you're showing up? It was something like that, y'all. And whoever the main character was like, oh, no, I'm definitely going to do it this way. Very calm, non-confrontational, non-judgmental. Just no, yeah, I'm going to do it this way. This is the way I do it in my company or in my business or in my field. This is how I offer it. And one of the other girls, she looked shocked and she was like, well, I guess that means you're going to have to go beat your feet, huh? Like you're going to have to leave now, right? And you were just like, yeah, that's right. And you put your shoes on. That's how I know, okay, you must have got comfortable. You relaxed a bit. You put your shoes on and you sat on the armrest of the single couch where I guess the leader of this pack was sitting. Like you just completely sat on there and you strapped in your shoes and you were, preparing to leave. And as you're tying up your shoes, the other women, they're still talking to you and they're getting really kind of snarky, right? Like, oh, so you think this and you think that about yourself. And you're just like, no, I'm just, this is what I do. You're still very calm. No, not a care in the fucking world, y'all. I'm telling you, whoever you are, your poise and your strength within yourself is remarkable. Okay. And so from what I gather is this person couldn't get a rise out of you. These women couldn't get a rise out of you because you didn't get angry. You didn't get defensive. You didn't get petty. You didn't cuss them out. You didn't call them out to their name. Like you were totally calm. That the leader of the group, it's like whoever you were, you had on like this leather jacket. It was very pretty. It was so gorgeous. That's how I know like you were like in a different caliber to these women because of what you had on and how you were carrying yourself. But she decided that she wanted to poke a hole in your jacket, like in the back of your jacket, which was also symbolic because it's behind you. It's like a sneak attack, right? And so that's when things shifted. That's when your demeanor shifted in the dream. And you just hauled off and you started wailing on this person, whoever you are. So I know that there's courage with you, that you weren't just composed because you were afraid, which a lot of bullies think because you're by yourself or you're composed, that you're a weak link or that you're afraid of conflict. But whoever you are, you were not afraid of that. And you fought this woman and you beat her down and you calmly walked out of the house or walked out of the establishment. All right? And you're calmly walking. Y'all, long story short, this woman later comes to follow you, y'all, and they had changed their clothes and they had a dog and they had a weapon. They had two weapons in their hand and they were following you, and you were still calm and you were strutting and you were walking and you were still very much so composed. You were praying. You know what I mean? Like, I am safe. I am protected. Nothing can touch me. I am in alignment. Like, all of those things were going through your mind. When I tell y'all, when this woman realized that you still were not afraid of her, the dog that she was with had shapeshifted into a big man. She became angry. She took a swing at you with the weapon. You took the weapon from her and you swung on her. And at the end, when they thought that they had your back against a wall, when they thought that they had you where they wanted you, you could not escape. This woman attacked you for the last time. She launched at you, and y'all, you threw her off of a building down to the ground, and she passed away. She was unalived. The person who was with her, who was once a dog but then shape-shifted into a man, screamed and ran down to see her. And he kept screaming like, she's dead, oh my God, you killed her. And still you were so calm, and you straightened out your jacket and you began to walk away. This other person came back up the stairs to attack you, and you launched yourself at him, and he was very shocked by the power that you possessed. And that was the end of the dream. He was just shocked. You kicked him back, and he was looking at you like you had 5 heads, like, whoa, like you kicked me back, because this was a big man. And whoever you were looking up at him. So you were smaller in stature than him, but energetically and spiritually, you were big. So let's get into it, okay? Let's get into the interpretation. Shout outs to my dream interpreters, okay? Now, this is what, as I woke and went through my prayer meditation, because I woke up in the daytime, right? It kept coming to me that there will be an attack, or for many of you, this has already happened. And I feel like that's why the divine wanted me to wait to share this message. This has already happened for many of you. There was an attack against you. The divine was telling me this attack took place in the spirit. And that is why there was a lot of shape shifting and moving around to try to accommodate the power that you steadily was displaying. Because like I said, they knew your wisdom, and they knew that you held a certain title or a certain role within the community or within the soul tribe, within the collective, but you had not displayed any like magical power, any spiritual power. These people really thought that they can take you unaware. It was also the mixture of them kind of bringing you out of your element or separating you from your element. So in the first half of the dream, you were sitting in your throne. Remember, I told you the surroundings, the room, the home was opulent. It was beautiful. It was very clean. It was nicely decorated. You were dressed very beautifully. All right. So when they took you to the other home, it was in a different neighborhood. It was with a different group of people. And when you arrived in that neighborhood, random people who didn't know you, they were just looking your way. They kept turning their head. Even the man who touched your hair was like, oh my God, like, what is this? What is this creature of God that's standing before me? You know what I mean? There was a big difference of who you are. And so they want to separate you from your element. So for someone out there, this could be someone wanting to separate you from your throne and your empire, something that you have built and that you have created. They want to separate you from that because this person wants to be you. And that's been a big part of these messages that I've shared. This person wants to be you. They want your title. They want your crown. They want to know why you do the things that you do. And they also want you to stop doing the things that you do. That's why there was the interrogation of why you're doing this and what are you doing. That is why there was that that gentle coercion for you to change the things that you were often offering, to shift the things that you were doing, and how you kept declining, like, no, this is how I do it. I'm going to continue to do it like this. That's why there was that conversation. And then they steadily got angry and they got angry. That is because someone out there, whatever you're doing, you're not stopping. This soul's purpose, this path that you're on, the teaching that you're here to give, the light that you're shining, you haven't stopped. These people have been attacking you for a long time. They've been attacking you for so long that they really want to get into your physical space to see what it is that you're actually doing. Like, how are you evading them? How are you stopping their spells? How are you breaking up their coven? How are you still thriving? Also, how are you making money? How are you supporting yourself? Why do you look so good? Because whoever you were, you looked good, okay? You looked good. You really did. Many of them were looking you up and down, and you were very comfortable in your clothing, and you weren't, in your heart, I felt this person's heart, whoever you are, you really weren't trying to upstage anybody. That hadn't even crossed your mind at all. You were just you. And these people have been attacking you. And I've been giving a lot of messages over the years, y'all, about this. And unfortunately, it's still going on. But something has shifted, right? In all of the dreams that I have interpreted for other people, in all of the prophetic dreams that I have had, I have not seen anything like that before, where the main character was so sure and so calm and so certain of themselves and so certain of the connection that they had with the divine, that they did not get riled, that they did not run, that they did not hide. Whoever you are, you're going to, or this has already happened, you're going to have someone come into your life who is wanting you to shift what it is that you are doing because you're making them very uncomfortable. You're upstaging them. You're not fitting the mold. And because you're not fitting the mold and they fit the mold, you're making them look really bad. Okay. People are seeking you out. Because in the beginning of the dream, you had received a message of someone who wanted to partner with you, someone who wanted to work with you, to pay you for who you are and pay you for your services. And so if you have a business, right, these are people who want to patronize your business because they like, oh my gosh, this person is the real deal. They're so good. I have to partner with them. I have to buy something from them. I have to have a session with them or whatever it is. But you have a group of people who have been steadily trying to take you out. So I feel like someone out there, you're going to have people who are going to try to come into your physical environment because they want to scope you out. And they also want to attack. So this is happening spiritually, but I feel like the spiritual attacks haven't been working, y'all. And I've said that several months ago. I kept giving those videos, right? Even like a few weeks ago, I've said that. These spiritual attacks are not working. The spell work, I just heard anymore. So for a time, I guess they thought that these attacks were working. That you had stopped doing something, or that they can try to take over something that it is you're doing, because somebody wants to take over your territory, y'all. And they want you to stop. So that's why all the other women, her flunkies, that's why they kept saying, oh, so you're going to stop doing it this way, right? And you're like, oh, no, I'm not. And then like, oh, well, I guess that means you have to leave. And now the thing was, they wanted you to leave on your own because they drove you there. Whoever they were, like, remember what I was saying? They took you out of your element and your environment, and you went with them, right? So the fact that you went with them, it's giving me the energy of maybe you think that you all are on a community, or you all are the same. You are not the same. Whoever you are around, you're not the same. That's why I hate when people be like, oh, we're all the same. There's no difference between us. No, we're not the same. Clearly not. But you, I feel like your heart was so pure and you were open to more connections with other people, that you went with these women, because you're like, okay, yeah, it's cool. We're going to vibe. We're going to connect. But these women knew that you weren't like them. And that's why they wanted to kind of influence you to stop doing something that you're doing. Now, if this is in the spiritual realm, many of you, you could have been placing protections over yourself. You could have switched up your spiritual practices. You could be doing something different. And I know exactly what it is that you're doing. I'm not saying it in this message, okay? Because you know motherfuckers be lurking, okay? I'm not going to share that. But you have been switching something up, and they needed to come see you and be like, yo, you need to stop. Why do you need to stop what you're doing? Because you are eradicating their defenses. You are making it clear that they are not you, and they have been pretending to be you. Right? They have taken some information that you have given, or they heard you say, or the way you dress, or the way you talk, the way you look, and they have been trying to emulate it and run with it. And when they ran with it, they have amassed their own community of people who they are tricking and bamboozling with your energy, your intellect, your product, something that you have created. And that's why the women are trying to get you to stop. And when you said no, they wanted you to leave, because it was quite a journey for you to get back to where your home is. Because like I said, you're in a completely different neighborhood. You're in a neighborhood that is on, in this dream, it was a lower level to where you came from. It just was, y'all. It just was. And even in that instance, this main character had no problem with that. They didn't feel like, ew, where am I? Gross. None of that. There was no energy of that. So whoever you are, you're a type of person that you don't judge people based on what they have or what they don't have, where they live or where they do. You know what I mean? Where they don't live. Like, you don't care about that. But these people, they care about that. So they thought that if you had to walk back to where you came from, you were going to be scared. You could have possibly been in danger. But whoever you are, you tapped into your spiritual guidance and you called on your guides. Please protect me. Please help me make it home safely. So you're someone who is very fortified in their spirituality. And if you feel like you're not currently, definitely tap into your spiritual practices and your protections and your communications with your guides, because they are protecting you, whether you see it or not. I'm telling you, they are. They are protecting you from these people. And then now that the scene shifted again, where you're outside and you're in the dark and you have to walk home with your beautiful clothes on and your hair done and all this stuff, now the woman comes and she brings help. She brings a dog, and she changed her clothes, y'all. So this is someone who changed from maybe her outfit that she wore out to this event, and she had on a t-shirt and some shorts. So she had it in her mind like, okay, well, this person is stranded outside. There's nobody outside that can help them. I'm going to come up behind them. I'm going to change my clothes because I'm going to fight this person. Now I feel like this person is very vulnerable. This woman brought a dog with her. So spiritually, y'all, this is someone who has been coming after you And they have done it solo at first. When they could not take you out, when they could not stop you, they amassed a group or a coven, okay? A group of flunkies, a group of degenerates, just like them, of dusty soul, bottom of the barrel motherfuckers, just like them, to try to come after you. That didn't work. That didn't work because you were surrounded by 4 or 5 of them. And you still were firm in who you are, and you didn't waver, and you weren't scared. So now this woman had to, get a big ass stick. It was a big, huge pole. It was taller than all of them. Like, it was like 6'3" pole. And a dog, a giant dog, y'all. And she was stalking you. So spiritually, this is a woman who's on a hunt. Okay. Man or woman, you have someone and I'm really getting the energy that they're operating in the spirit, but they're also trying to operate in the physical reality to get to you. But they're operating in the spirit and they're sending energies. They're sending like spiritual hitmen. They're recruiting someone who not only shapeshift, but can attack, can seek and destroy. All right, to come and get you. This is spiritual work that this person is doing. So this could be a practitioner that someone is hiring to come get you, to come sniff you out and find you. And when I tell you, whoever you are, all right, you destroy them. You destroy the person who has been attacking you. You annihilate them spiritually. When I tell y'all, I've never been in a dream where somebody has literally been unalived in that way. It was very much so. It was, I don't even know how to describe it. Whoever you are so calm. You were so at peace. You weren't moved to anger. All you wanted to do was to protect yourself, and you did not back down. You did not shrink at all. There wasn't an ounce of it, y'all. And I'm telling you, I've dreamed many dreams. I've shared many prophecies with people. I've never felt something of this caliber. That's how I know some of you are moving into a season of you're unstoppable in your spiritual power. You are strong within your spiritual power. And this person is unalived. So it reminds me of the message I shared several videos ago, y'all. But there's so many downloads about this that came in, even with other prophetesses and oracles, like over the years. These are a part of the messages. But hope I didn't lose my train of thought. But anyway, you're coming into some sort of power that cannot be stopped, that cannot be touched, that can't be infiltrated. Maybe in the past it could have. Maybe in the past you didn't know all the ways to protect yourself, or you didn't have all the information that you needed or that you have now. But you have this strength and this power now. And the people who are attacking you, they're scared because you took their leader out, y'all. Like, you really did. Like, you unalived them in the spirit. Somebody is dying in the spirit. They really are. Like, whoever your spiritual bully is, or spiritual bullies are, they're in big trouble. And I've been sharing this for so long, y'all, but this was the first time that I saw it so vividly. And to the point where the guy who shape shifted from a giant animal to a giant man, this man was crying, y'all. And he was scared. He was scared. He was literally like, she's dead, you killed her. Like, the shock and the fear on his face, I will never forget it. And this was a dream, but I'll never forget it, y'all. And when I woke up, they're like, yep, that's prophecy. That's a prophetic dream. This is what is happening to the people who have decided to attack my beloved, my chosen ones, my divine ones. Whoever you are, you're very innocent in your energy. Like, you don't go out hurting people. You don't, there's a peace about you. There's a serenity about you. But there's also a gangster within you. The divine has fortified and has shaped you into being a spiritual gangster, a spiritual warrior, where maybe in the past people could push you around a little bit, but they can't do that anymore. Someone has made a mistake of coming against you and they brought other people. And then in the dream, I was thinking, well, damn, they just lost their leader. As I'm walking and wow, they just lost their leader. I'm sure they're going to be very, I'm sure they're going to be very sad about that. And went on, just went on the way and woke up. So that was the dream. And that is also the prophetic message. It's really the end game. It's the finale. It's over for whoever has been consistently attacking you. And when I tell you they've been doing it a long time, they've been doing it a long time. There's also something that was taken from you because, like I said, normally when you're visiting someone's dwelling, you don't sit on the armrest of their chair, the armrest of their throne. You don't sit there. It's like so weird. It's kind of taboo. Like, excuse me, are you sitting on the armrest of my couch, bitch? After I invited you in my home? It's very rude. You know what I mean? I personally would never do that. Like, if you invited me to your house, I wouldn't just sit on the armrest of your chair, like of your couch. I think that's disrespectful. Like, that's not my house, right? I would politely just sit on the couch. I would sit on the actual cushion, not the armrest of the chair that you are sitting in. So there was this kind of there was this unspoken understanding that possibly this person was already like trying to sit in your throne. That's your throne anyway. It was almost giving me that energy like, well, this is my chair. I'm just allowing you to sit in it. But in the meantime, I'm going to sit here on the armrest with my beautiful ass in your face. And every time you talk, I'm going to turn down and look down at you as you speak. It was almost like... So the interpretation of that as well is someone who possibly, like I said, they've been operating in your energy. They've been sitting on your throne. They've been trying to wear your crown. That reminds me of the video I did a few videos back where I mentioned that. Somebody like, how you going to walk around with my crown, but then call me the fraud? You understand? So it's that type of energy. It's that type of energy. So whoever has stolen from you, whoever has rallied people against you, whoever has sicked people on you, because that was a dog trying to run you down. And you didn't flinch and you didn't back down from the animal either. Like, y'all, you were like, listen, I'm not running from you in human or dog form. Like, what do you think this is? This person is very, they're confused and afraid. Because when you took the poll from them, there was fear. When their animal didn't attack you, there was fear. So there's something that has been sharpened within you. It's like every single attack has actually made you stronger. It's like every single time they throw something at you, you just get better at catching it. And not only do you catch it, but you wield it for yourself. Somebody has been throwing so much magic at you that you've become a master alchemist, and now you know how to throw it back. And when you throw it back, you taking heads off. Someone underestimated you, my sis, my bro. Like, somebody underestimated you. They thought that you just... every time they threw something at you, that you just folded and you crashed and you burned and you turned into a puddle on the ground, but nah, you were using that to build you up. I feel like also somebody hasn't seen you for a long time. Somebody really wanting to see you because they want to see if their magic, if their spells have worked on you. But they don't know. They don't know that the magic that they have been throwing, the things that they have been orchestrating against you, it just made you a stronger warrior. If they knew that, they would have just left you alone from the gate. But their attacks built you up. It's like, you know, stone and fire sharpens blades, right? Not leaving the blade where it's at and just letting it sit there for all of eternity, but no, actually sharpening it, actually applying tension and pressure and heat and flame sharpens a blade. And that's what they did with you. And you took them out. Just when they thought they had you, you took them out. So this message is for somebody, all right? I want you to know, if you are going through something right now, it's over already. The way prophetic dreams come, y'all, or how do I say this? Prophetic dreams do speak of what is to come, but it also speaks of, and I'm getting goosebumps, it also speaks of things that are already written. It's already written. You can't unwrite it. It's done. It is done. So there's no backpedaling that these people can do. They've already done it. They've already sealed their fate. They can't say sorry. They can't say sorry to you. They can't say sorry to your guides. They can't say sorry to the divine. Their fate is sealed. It's already been done. So I feel like for many of you, this was an attack that has already taken place over the past few days. A spiritual attack. Some of you, this is a physical attack that's being planned and orchestrated, but you make it out. They don't. They don't. Because even in the dream, I was getting the impression that the leader, she passed away. She gone. And everyone else withers away. It's almost as if the power leaves with her, or the title leaves with her. Her notoriety leaves. People are now going to know that she stole from you, that she is the fraud, or he is the fraud, or that you are the chosen one. You are the true one. Everybody knows. This is like a public thing, y'all. It's going to be public. It's going to be made public. So not only does this person meet their demise, but their legacy is one of a fraud and a bully against someone who absolutely outranks them. 100% is better than them just by the integrity of their soul. Okay? So, congratulations. You vanquished some demonic entity, witch, warlock who's operating in the other realms. They're not like you. They're not at all. They're very demonic. You're not. And this person has been operating as if they are the light, as if they are the purity, but they're not, though. That's the thing that be blowing my mind. Because a lot of the pure ones, the chosen ones, you don't just walk around saying, oh my God, I'm the chosen one. It's me. I'm the one. I'm the liberator. Right? I'm the reincarnation of Christ. I'm the new Mary Magdalene. Like, you don't walk around saying that. But these frauds are the ones who walk around saying that. And they're walking around in your energy. And they're stealing your work and stealing your intellectual property and stealing the way you say things, the way you talk and the way you speak, and trying to infiltrate your friendship groups because they want to be noticed in the way that you're noticed. They want you to stop doing what you're doing and go forward and do what they're doing because they want to switch with you. They want you to actually walk away from everything that you have built and are building. They do not want you to complete your mission. They are true Jezebels. Jezebel's main focus was to stop the chosen one from doing what they were doing, to distract them so that they can take what that is that the divine has blessed this chosen one with. That's the whole agenda. right? This person has been pretending to be you, but they're going to be outed as the fraud, and it is already done. They can't stop it, right? I just heard the press. They can't stop the press. It's like back in the days, the newspaper has been printed. It's done. You can't take it back. There's millions upon millions of copies, and the paper boys are throwing them on the lawn as we speak. People are opening up the paper and reading the article as we speak. There's no going back. So, you win, my love. You win. You win anyway. And like I said in the dream, you look good. You look good as hell. As you win, you look so good. I don't know all that you had on, but whatever you had it on, okay? You had it on. It was on you. Like, the outfit wasn't wearing you. You were wearing the hell out of that outfit. I don't know what you got going on, but it's more than the clothes, right? It's more than the shoes. It's more than the jewels that you had in your hair or the crown that you had on. It was you. It was your soul. It was your spirit. You could have been barefoot, and oh my goodness, I'm getting chills. In one part of the dream, you were. You took your shoes off. You were barefoot. You got comfortable, and still you were bigger and greater than these people who were trying to huddle up and come against you. You was barefoot, and still. So listen, I don't want to hold y'all too long. That's the message. You are bigger and you are greater than you know. And if you weren't big and great, people wouldn't even attack you. They would just leave you alone. Also, if you were like them, if you were evil and demonic like them, they would just leave you alone. But because you are the opposite of them, they keep your name in their mouth. Like, they can't stop talking about you, about what you're doing, about what you're not doing, about what you wear, about what you don't wear, what you have created and what you don't create, how you're not mingling with them. Of course, you're not mingling with them because you're not dwelling in the bottom of the barrel with the other crabs. That's not who you are. That's not where you belong. They feel some type of way because you won't sit and gossip with them. Y'all, listen, people out here are real wild. They're real wild. So honestly, I can say prepare for the fall of one of your biggest bullies, whether you know them or not. Because like I said, a lot of them have just saw you online and they just started to target you, or they saw you in the grocery store and they just decided, you know what, I'm gonna put magic on him. Or I'm gonna put her on my altar tonight. She thinks she better than everybody else. She don't think she better than everybody else. You know that she's better than you, and that's the problem. Cut it out. Keep it a bean. Like, keep it real. So people be mad at you because you're the real deal. And they've been pretending their whole life. And they're mad about it. Again, in the dream, they were mad because you were so confident. You're confident and you're secure and you know who you are and you say what you say and you don't apologize for it because you speak for the divine. There's no apologies to be had. Like, if you're a divine messenger, you don't have to apologize for shit. There's no such thing as that. Right? Somebody got a real problem with you, boo, but you keep shining. And again, do those spiritual practices that you're doing, because somebody out there, you've been praying. You've been, listen, I'm telling you, people, a lot of people don't believe in prayer because they're like, well, I'm God of my own reality. And I understand you. I really feel you. I do. But there's power in your voice. Check my Instagram. I posted it to my story. It was a repost from someone else, but there's power in your voice. There's healing in your voice. When you say things, you activate the atmosphere. That's why you pray. You give thanks and you give gratitude and you shift things in your reality. It's very real. And you say affirmations because you're shifting things in your reality. You're creating as you speak, literally. So there's power in prayer. There's power in affirmations. There's power in meditations. All right? There's power in taking spiritual baths. Okay? If people don't think spiritual baths matter, then why do people bathe? Bathing matters, right? Bathing cleanses your body. It matters. So why do you think a spiritual bath doesn't matter? Because somebody told you that or because you say so. Like, people think fasting doesn't matter. Okay, so then why do people cure diseases when they fast? Why do people get rid of demonic entities and possessions and spell work and witchcraft and hexes when they fast if fasting doesn't matter? Getting into nature. People be like, oh, you're a hippy dippy. If getting into nature didn't matter, then why do we have trees in order to create oxygen for us if nature doesn't matter, if it's not important to dwell in nature and to reconnect with nature? But we literally are breathing and are alive because trees exist. You understand me? So don't let anybody tell you that your spiritual practice is invalid. It's very important. And whoever you are this strong and this powerful because you know how to tap in. That's what is protecting you. You know how to tap in. Somebody is actively using their magic in this moment. You're using your divinity in this moment. I don't know what it is you do. I don't know if you tap into the full moon. I don't know if you tap into the new moon. I don't know if you pour libations. I don't know if you mop your house with spiritual floor washes. I don't know if you have a covenant with the Most High where you pray every hour on the hour, or you pray at 4 a.m., or you get up and you do whatever you need. I don't know what it is you do, but you doing that shit, okay? And it's working. I was just thinking about going on a 3-day fast. How ironic. Listen to me. If you feel called to do anything right now, especially fasting, especially prayer, especially doing your spiritual baths and having a certain day every single week where you do your baths and you do your cleansing, please do that. Please do that. Just subscribe. You sound like you have a beautiful spirit. Oh, thank you, Tammy. I appreciate you. Please do that. It's your intuition, it's your guidance coming in, and they're telling you how to break strongholds, how to heal yourself, how to move things in the spirit so you can get the things that the Most High has for you. That's why this intel is coming in, and it's very important right now. Because I'm telling you, everything that you do, it matters. It matters, y'all. It impacts our reality. And like I said in the dream, this was a prophetic dream. Someone has a problem with you doing what you're doing. If there is someone on this earth and they tell you, oh, you don't need to fast, that's stupid, don't do that, that's more reason to do it. That's more reason to do it. Y'all, let me tell you something. When I was in the midst of my spiritual warfare, y'all, I was getting attacked left and fucking right. I was getting attacked left and right, and I was fasting. I had one particular person tell me not to fast, and when I tell you Spirit told me that person is a demon, do not listen to her. So fast that came into my mind. I heard it, y'all. I heard it. And from that moment on, I knew that if somebody tells you, no, you don't need to fast, that's not the right thing, that's not the right way to handle it, that person is being used by demonic forces and you need to get away from them. Better yet, don't tell anybody when you're fasting and how long you fast. Just keep it to yourself as much as possible, unless you're in like some sort of fasting group or support group, which are all over Facebook, which are all over WhatsApp. If you're in, accordance with other people who know the power of this healing tool that you're doing, then absolutely you can share that in that group because it's a safe place to do so. But any outside person, especially if you're fasting for a miracle, especially if you're fasting for deliverance, okay, especially if you're fasting for healing and manifestation and cleansing, and you're calling something into your life, those are the things. Try not to tell outside people, because you have a lot of monitoring spirits out here. They want to throw you off. They want to tell you how fasting is actually bad for you. Nah, no. You can break so many hexes, curses, demonic attachments, soul ties, lack mindsets when you fast. Demons hate when you fast. They hate it because that is one of the major ways that you loosen their stronghold. They have to flee from you. They can't exist in a space where the person is fasting. They can't latch on to you. There's nothing to latch on to. Your soul is receiving purity and your body is healing. Your cells are literally regenerating. There's nothing for a demonic entity to hold on to, and there's nothing that a spell can do to stop you. So the person who wanted me to not fast, that person was actively using spell work on me, and she thought I didn't know. I don't know why. Like, I'm very clearly a prophetic oracle. Like, I'm very obviously. You know what I mean? So it was just stupid. So these people are dumb too. They're dumb and they hate God. They hate Goddess. They hate the Most High. So we have to do the things that we are called to do to protect ourselves, to protect the kingdom that we are being given, to protect our territory and our community that we're being called to lead or guide or partner with or to receive friendship from, right? We have to do the things that we need to do. So, listen, I'm so glad that I came across your channel. You are divine timing for me. Thank you. I'm a star seed. I'm so happy that you came across this channel as well. That is not a mistake. It is so good to have you. All right, my loves. So that is the message today. That is the prophetic dream. If this resonates with you, I love your comments. I love your share.